So, hello everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning into another Kick and Play with Doll show. Today is Wednesday, May the 17th, and I've got the GOAT in the building, Miss Nori Nori. Yeah, you definitely the GOAT. We're going to get into all the reasons why I'm calling you the GOAT later in the interview. But yeah, I just wanted to get you on here because the city been missing you. And we want to get into what you've been doing, your motivation for moving to a big city, and just get into it because that's like a big deal. So again, I wanted to thank you so much for agreeing to let me interview you today, which is kind of cliche because I see you doing so many interviews, and I'm like, is she gonna have time? Whatever. You like, I'll make it work. So I was like, appreciate you still for being so grounded, even though you in a big city. So let's talk about what you've been up to for the past, has it been 3 years, 4 years now? How long has it been?
Like five.
Really? Has it been that long?
It's
Has
been,
it
I
been that
left
long
at
since
the
I was
end of
sleeping on your couch?
2017, 2018, 19, 2021, 22, 23. Yeah, this is the fifth year.
Wow. I'm like, has it been that long since I was sleeping on your couch? It has
Girl,
even. I'm
okay,
so
okay.
like that went by fast. So
Time
yeah.
definitely has been flying, but um, you know, I left Chattanooga because I just wanted more. I wanted more experiences. I wanted more financially. And I felt like in Chattanooga, I had hit a ceiling, right? So, having worked at the radio station for over a decade, working for the city of Chattanooga and the Mayor Burke administration was such a highlight. I enjoyed that job in youth and family development, being the spokesperson for that department. That was like amazing. But again, it was just like, I want more. And I don't know what more is, but I always felt like more was not in Chattanooga for me, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, um, you know, my mentor, our mentor, Bishop Hunter, used to say all the time that when God lays something out for you, He makes provisions for you. And so, literally, my friend Crystal said, "Hey, I heard of a job opening in DC," and I was like, "DC? Ooh, I thought
Like,
I was going to Atlanta, but okay,
what's
DC."
happening?
Yeah, and I applied for that job, and it worked out. They gave me a moving fee. They flew me up for the interview. That I had never had that before.
Yeah.
The company that was interested flew me up to DC to check them out. That was in September, and I relocated in November.
You know what, Nora? And
So
I told myself, okay, so I had a disclaimer that I was going to give you in my head. And then I was like, you know what? You really need the disclaimer for you because our relationship and this moment right here, right now is just like I'm pushing through because it's been a lot. Like we have been through so much together, and to see you, like I was talking to one of our close family friends the other day, and we were just talking about how much you like how happy you look, how much you're flourishing, and even I remember when you decided to move to DC, and I was like, "What I'm gonna do?" And you like, "Look, baby, I don't know what you're gonna do. You can stay here, but in 30 days, I'm not gonna be here." So like, and it was just that motivation that I needed. But I've always looked up to you as a big sister, you know what I mean? Because you've always been a role model. And then when I was able to, I rode the bus to come see you in DC after you've been there probably about 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, she is really up here in DC living and working. And it just was so inspiring, to really see you, step outside the box and really chase your dreams because I feel like you have been wanting to get out of Chattanooga for a long time, because you just knew that there
yeah,
was more out there for you, but the timing, And so
yeah.
how did you balance out if it was the right time or not? Because, for me, I feel like I'm here because it's so comfortable. So for those people that are maybe thinking that there's more in a bigger city, like how did you get over that initial fear to really, just step out there, especially DC is like a huge place. So
Okay. So a few things. God's timing is not our timing.
hallelujah,
So
hallelujah.
for so many years, I applied for jobs all across the country, and I was just like, so they really not okay. I got a second interview, but they really didn't hire me, and I'm looking at my resume. I know I'm talented. I have um the grit to go out here and get it. So like what is it? You know, you have the education and you have the personal know-how, but I think God was really waiting on me to mature and to be able to handle being up here by myself.
Right, right,
um it's one thing to move to a city where you got like a bunch of people that you know, but I honestly knew five people, like five people that I actually knew here. And mind
right,
you, those five people I probably don't talk to monthly or quarterly. You know what I'm saying? Like it just kind of, you see them in passing, like, hey, what's up? Hope all is well, type deal. Um, so it is, to get around the fear, you really have to trust God and just know that you got what it takes to survive. I moved up here, and 8 months later, the job I moved up here for, I didn't have that job no more. Like we parted ways. And I remember talking to my mom and talking to my cousin, and I was like, okay, I'm not moving back. I don't have an option but to figure it
right,
out. So I remember I opened up a credit card. I think I opened up two credit cards because I was like, just in case, I got to float myself until I get a job.
right.
And just so happened, the contractor that I was working for, we work with other companies, and one of the other companies appreciated my work, was like, I think you're a great contribution, to our asset to the company, and so let us talk to you. And it turned around. But whoo, I'm telling you, the idea of like, I gave up everything and left everything I know, and I knew God had, this is making me emotional. I
I
knew God had like worked it out for
had
me to be
tears on this
here.
interview, but it's okay.
I knew
Let
God
me
had worked it out for me to
go.
be here. So I just didn't understand, like, what do you mean, I don't have this job anymore? And I
Right,
think it's just like, it was a reality check, but also just a check of my faith. Like, you depended on this job, or you depended on God.
exactly, exactly.
And I was like, whoo, okay, okay. And so when it worked out, it was just better than I could have imagined. Like, I came here for one job, and that job was cool. But the position that I have now, I'm still with that company and I love it.
I mean, it don't look like you hurting or hungry. I see that K stuff.
I'm missing no meal.
I see. Look, I see
I'm,
that K
um,
stuff. We gonna get into that too. But I
yeah.
just want to
No,
talk.
I'm not missing any meals.
Period. And just to have the tenacity to be able to, because I know but I feel like sometimes I like to look at stuff as if I'm not me, and I could imagine how someone from the outside looking in and just seeing you, or maybe just on social media, just knowing you from Nori from Power 94, and thinking that you maybe just had this like silver spoon type upbringing, like you just came from. And I know that you have put like literally blood, sweat, and tears into being where you are today, and I think that might be a misconception because they get the pretty face and they just thinking, oh well, she probably just had it easy. They don't understand that the struggle be real sometimes, and you really had to work. You've worked very hard to be in the position that you are in, and even working for Mayor Burke before you left, I was like so proud. I was like, look at my sis, my good sis over here, honey, front row. So you know,
Yeah.
so you actually are from East Chat. Like, what high school did you go to? What was high school life like? Were you like the it girl? Because I mean, I think you're
No,
popular now.
no,
You wasn't one of them girls, like one of the ones. Were you a mean girl in high school?
no, no. So I went to Ultua High School right
Okay.
outside of Chattanooga, in the county. And they bust us from East Chat. I always thought that was real wild because technically I was zoned for Howard.
Ooh.
But yeah, they bust
So
us
you was this
to
supposed to be in a
Ottawa.
tiger?
I
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Okay.
um but I think the interesting part was I wasn't the it girl in school. What I was friendly. And when
Okay.
I say friendly, like people were like, I was in leadership. I took a few advanced courses, but I was just cool with everybody. When I say friendly, it was like, oh, that's Nora. She cool. Like I know her in passing. Even if I didn't know them personally, it was just kind of like, oh, I kind of know her in passing. Type deal. And then I had my tight knit group of friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So I think my high school experience, when I was younger, we moved around a lot, so I went to different schools, so it was always allowed me to reintroduce myself type situation. So
Oh,
in order to have friends, I just had to be friendly so that people felt like they were invited into my space and I could be invited into their space. And that's literally how I made friends when I moved up here. I was like, let me be in places and spaces with people that I've seen on social media that I think are dope. And if we
yeah.
cross paths by me being where they are and we form a organic and genuine friendship, then that's great. And if not, then you may not be my person. It may be somebody else in the room that I form a natural and organic connection with. But it was hard when I first moved up here. I didn't find I was up here. It was a year before I found my village of people that I was like, these are my friends. So that
Oh,
first year was really hard.
that's sweet.
Hmm.
And as I'm thinking too, I'm think because I remember when you and I actually both were working for Direct TV way back in the day. I think you were working nights at the radio station then, like interning because you were still in
Yeah.
college. And this was before like the Nori Nori clout. Like, what was that like when you became? I mean, because that's like a thing, especially in small town Chattanooga. Because I promise you, you're not missing nothing down here, but a bunch of hateration. The I'm just saying, but it's just like
I know.
when you woke up that one morning, you're like you can't go to the gas station without somebody knowing who you are, or if you talking to your mama, 3 hours over, somebody hear your voice and they immediately know who you are. Like, how was it kind of adjusting to that newfound clout? Because I don't really have a lot of clout, but it's just like more people know who I am, and it's almost like you can't really hide. You know what I mean? So how do you adjust and balance? Not being rude to people that are just fans. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's kind of sometimes you be like, I don't want nobody to recognize me because I ain't got no lotion on. You know?
So when I was yeah, no, I get it. When I was first coming up in radio, it wasn't clout or anything like that. It was just kind of, you know, a little recognition, a little famous. You fake famous, but you famous type
Right.
situation. And it's fun. I think you have to be like I knew going into this there is a bit of fanfare, right? People are excited to meet you just like I was excited. Oh, the first time I realized that Andrea Perry was a radio personality from the radio and we went to the same church.
Yeah, I know,
What?
right? It's
Just
like I know
realizing that it's meeting, yeah, it's meeting EJ and Eric for the first time. It's meeting Magic for the first time. Like I just keep that in my mind because I know how excited I was to meet Donna Ill and Cole Brown. Like I understood like that these are to us our local celebrities. You know what I'm saying? They get to talk to and hang out with famous people. This is 6 degrees of separation. If I know Magic, then I kind of know, Usher. You know what I'm saying? And so
right.
it was kind of filling that out a little bit. And then when you become that person, it's kind of surreal. It's just kind of like let me handle people with care. It's a little more thoughtfulness into treating people the way I wanted to be treated. Um, and you have to be, I have mastered turning on when I don't want to be. So it's not
Right, right.
about my feelings. It's not about me having a bad day. It's about this little girl that's excited to meet this black woman named Nori and we both have brown skin or your hair is like my hair or whatever that is. You have to turn it on even sometimes when you don't feel like it. And that's one of the hardest things to adjusting. Like you said, when you outside and you ashy, I can't go to the store with my bonnet on. I can't, you know
Oh
what I'm
no, no man.
saying? Just be out here being rude or being disrespectful to people. I'm not that person anyway, but it's just a different level of self awareness you have to have.
Okay, levels. And one thing I do admire about you is that you've always been Nora. Like you've always been Nora to me. And then when
Hmm.
you evolved into Nori, you it was like the same person, which I seen you in business and work mode too, when you had to be a different level of assertive, you know what I mean? But as far as your essence and that love and that compassion, you've always, I feel like it's actually gotten stronger. You've always just been that same loving girl, and so I just love you so much for it. And I'm just so happy to know you. And let's talk about the merch. So the inspiration for the merch, because what you say, honey, put my name on it. Let's sell some mugs, let's sell some hats, let's sell some. I mean, because you got to have merch these days too to continue building your brand. So was that whose idea was that? Was that like a collective or?
No, so Abram, we went to UTC together. We went to college together, but he is based in Memphis, and he's an incredible graphic artist. He's hands down amazing. And I asked him to create a logo for me one time, and he did. And I was like, "This is gonna be my logo." And then just playing around, little Google search, and you find a website where you can put your logo onto products, because products is very important. One, if same for Covered by Doll. I see you have merch and I see you have products. Like, it's very important to be able to brand and to market yourself. And so yeah, I put the logo on a few items. You can go to itsnorinori.com and you can purchase directly from the website. It's e-commerce, so you make your purchases, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I have mugs, I have t-shirts, I have um, baby onesies, I have pouches, I got all of the above. So yeah,
I
that's
was
that's
looking on
what
there.
I do.
I was looking on there, and the stuff that I saw was very you, like your personality, because you loves you a nice snuggle. Like, give me a nice hoodie, like a cruise sweatshirt, and a cup of tea, honey, and that's just you. Like a nice book and a nice fireplace. You were. It's crazy because your personality is so bubbly, but people don't really. I think this is probably a secret of yours, is that you're really like a homie, like at home type person. Like you're chill with being at home. Like you, like if I'm at the club, I need to be paid a fee. Like what are we doing? Like you never really
Yeah,
have been that type of person. You really like honey, I lifetime me and a nice cup of coffee or cocoa and I'm good. It's just one thing that I feel like,
yeah.
your work persona is totally different from you know, your personal.
So I think the cool thing is there is that duality, and I think you got to have that balance just to have a good quality of life. I don't want to be. I am not one of those girls that always in the club, always in the section, go out every weekend. I can watch Netflix, like you said, and chill by myself or chill with my man. So that's what I like to do. Yeah, that's and then you have again that balance where you go out with your friends and you hang out with your friends and he hang out with his friends or whatever. But yeah, just creating a safe space at home is really important. That's why, like, when I have had friends to come over to my house, and one of the biggest compliments I ever have received is like, your house feels comfortable. Like, I can be here and I like your house. And I'm like, good, because that's what it is for me too. It's a sanctuary.
It's very cozy. Your place is very cozy. Very, very cozy. Your area is very cozy. But one thing about you too is that you definitely have that mama bear type vibe, and it's like that's you. And I remember when you were helping me get over that struggle. Lord Jesus, how far we've come. I had a moment just right there. He almost got me. He almost got a hold to me, because you have been there through you've been there through some trying times. What you say, Father? Is we gonna make it? I'm trusting you, daughter. Pull your daughter through. And I mean, I just don't think people really understand the role that you've played in my life, and just kind of really pushing me, encouraging me, and actually like being like, hey, you know, you made this bed, so yeah, you got to lay in it this time, or you made this bed, but use this as a learning opportunity to grow. So you've never been a type of person that just want to sugarcoat stuff. If it's stunk, baby, you like, baby, that's ugly there. but it always came from a spot of love because you always reassured me that, as long as you keep working at it, you would get there. You know what I mean? So, but you always have had that big sister, like mama bear type, what I'm saying, vibe with me. Is just like, it's no fun if we all ain't winning. So like, what's up? What you gonna do? You know? And then I remember when I was
Can
pregnant with
I
Lester, you like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
can
I
I
was
just
gonna
say
take
how proud
it.
I am of you? You was, you
Don't.
was. We pause. We'll come back. We'll come back. Um, I remember I was actually just talking to Kisses about this, and we see you on Facebook, and
Uh-oh.
we see
I think
you
I
with the
lost you.
boys, and we see you thriving and winning and succeeding in life, and traveling and destinations, and again helping other people to have a better quality of life. And Kisses said, "Do you remember what the bishop spoke to Doll?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I remember." And so she actually remembers verbatim. You should talk to her because she remembers
I'm
verbatim what
listening.
you were told, and to see it happening in your life, it is amazing to watch. It brings tears to both of our eyes to think about, no matter what, how God has always kept you and will continue to keep you and your family and your boys. You have honored
Girl,
a
we're
lot of
not
people
having
in your
church
life.
on here. No. This is my show. I knew I shouldn't interviewed you.
I'm sorry.
I
I
was
just
being a little
I
funny.
the truth is what
Yeah,
like what's it the truth is what's in you is gonna come out. And
for
so
sure.
for a long time, even when I was dating, I didn't really talk about my personal relationship with God and how important it is. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like, I love God. But now I'll be like, listen, church was amazing. The message was this, that, and the third. And what you learn?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's kind of like, to have that with your community and your friends, it's so important. And I realize that more than ever. So I'm not hiding the goodness of God for nobody.
Period. Hey, I'm telling you, if ain't nobody on the face of the earth got a testimony, this girl right here has one for the books, and you've been front row to a lot of it. But I'm just no, it's very true. I mean, I tell people like I really sometimes I have to pop my stuff sometimes because people be coming for me, but that's the other dog. But the real just me, I just be like, like I really live a life that I really don't deserve. I could not have even asked for this. You know what I mean? And it's not. It's just the opportunities that I'm grateful for because my grandpa was just telling me today, like, you get jobs when it seems like can't nobody get a job. Like you get 3, 4 jobs at a time. And I'm just I'm so grateful for it because when I need a job, like I be needing a job. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like God just always he just keeps doors open. And even in the midst of my flaws, it's I just be like, I don't even deserve this blessing, but thank you. Thank you for looking out for me because I'm nothing without you. But I remember when I called you and told you I was pregnant with Lester, and you was like, "What? You gonna have another one?" Like, what? Like, is this a joke? You was like, I think you were almost in tears. Like, why? Are you like you ain't barely you like holding on by a thread with the one you got, and you finna do this again? And then I don't like your baby daddy. So like, what's up? You was just like, like I'm against this. But what did you
But
do?
let
You
me,
were still
but
supportive.
the you know what, you have to do what's best for you, and that's exactly what you did, and you are killing it with two boys. Okay, so it's just I'm really I'm just happy to be a witness, you know what I'm saying, of how far we both have come. But I think about my life, sometimes I think I may have, in my mind, it's like, would I have made different choices or went down a different path? I don't know, because the only life I know is the life that I have now. But I'm so happy to be Auntie Nori, and to, you know what I'm saying, to be there when Josiah was born, and to see Lester grow up, and
Oh
Stephen and
yeah, you were writing
Tiana,
the
and
Yeah, you were in. Oh,
I
that
like,
I never forget. You was like, hold on, wait, is the baby? Because you were getting your masters. Was it your masters then? That was crazy.
yeah, I was writing a term paper. I was writing a term paper that night. It was due like, gosh, it was due, I want to say the next day or the day after, and I had a whole lot of work to do. And you were like, you got to come to the hospital. I'm in labor. And I was like, you finna have a baby now? You was like,
Well,
you
right
got to
now,
come. I brought my computer, my book. I had all my stuff, and I'm working on the computer, and they like push, and I'm like, I put my laptop on. I was like, wait a minute. We had to get behind the curtain, and they was like doing I was like, yo, she really having a baby, and I really need to finish this paper.
right, right. What's going on? But what is family
It was
for?
a
You know what
lot
I mean?
happening.
Yeah. But it's like
Absolutely.
those memories. You can't take back memories. So it's like to be able to have so many memories with each other, and like you say, to have even more of appreciation for where we are today is a blessing within itself. Just to see us both doing what we want to do, enjoying the life that God's blessed us with. So what's the next project? Because I feel like you kind of be having stuff like tucked away, and then next you know you be like, surprise. Is there anything brewing, or are you just
I
mm,
am coming back with my team, my people. We are doing a screening of Black Icarus, my short film that I produced, um, at the Tivoli.
what?
It's gonna be Juneteenth.
Oh
I
my
think
gosh.
I lost you.
You have something up
Your
your
screen
sleeve.
went black.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know what's
So are
what's
you
wrong
gonna
with
be
your
doing like
screen, but
is it
huh?
I said is it black? I don't know. It's
Oh,
saying that the actual okay. It's saying that the actual recording is gonna be in a higher quality. So I'm sorry. We're having some technical difficulties. But go right
oh,
ahead. So is
good,
it
good,
gonna be
good.
like are you gonna be host like doing interview or auditions for
Um,
this?
no, the short film is completed. So right now we are um pushing the short film out to film festivals across the country. We've been in a film festival in New Orleans, in different places, in Florida. So we are, pushing out our film, and there is going to be a celebration of Black filmmakers in Chattanooga, Juneteenth. That's a Monday at the Tivoli, and so we're going to screen Black Icarus. The director is coming in town. We may have some other of the cast to come in town, but that it's like a dream. We're still working out the details, and I'm speaking this out loud, and we're still working on everything with the mayor's office and with Carmen and her team. But yeah, this is happening, and
That's
it's
so
kind of
dope.
surreal. So that's
That's
like the biggest
so
thing
dope.
coming up next month.
That is so freaking dope. Wow. Okay. So I am so excited to see more about that. So that promo, I'll get access to the promo once the details are finalized, y'all. And I'll make sure that I post them on my social media. And also I'm gonna be posting in the comments the Nori Nori merch website. So if you all want to support as you should, and just follow Nori Nori on social media so that you're in the know because she's always got cool stuff going on. Like this weekend, you're hosting an event for Memorial Day. I saw that promo was really cute, by the way. I don't know who does your promo, but they doing that. Your graphics, they always look real good too.
Thank you, thank you.
So
I
my
work with various promoters. A few other things we have coming up is yes, in Cabo, St. Lucas, Mexico. I'm internationally hosting a party there for Memorial Day weekend. I'm hosting the Baltimore Jazz Festival. I am hosting the Vegan Soul Festival in Baltimore. Like everything is just coming together. I have to give a big shout out to Jeremy. He is from the Bourbon and Boy Shorts podcast, but also just a really incredible person. He has really been advocating for me to host these different festivals, and I appreciate him because that has led to these opportunities. So you meet the right people at the right time, and he has been just a great addition to my life.
So I guess it's safe to say that you've been booked and busy. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, booked and busy is yeah.
period. Well, Nora, I want to thank you again so much for allowing me to interview you and get into, what you've been up to. I'm actually renting a space right here because I was kind of double booked at the same time. And so they knocking on the door.
Okay.
So we I want to do us a part
Okay.
two for sure. Can we do us a part two?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna call you after
Without
this.
question, you just let me know and I'm there.
I just got real excited because I'm thinking like the festival, like when you come and do, like I would love to get some footage of that too. So I just want to say again, thank you so much for your mentorship. I love you so very much, and just keep just shining that black girl magic. You know how you do, little razzle dazzle.
Absolutely. I love you, dog. Love
Mm,
you.
love you.